Hello and welcome to the show. We are officially live now. Welcome to Late Night with Love Ghosts. I know for you guys over in the UK and Europe, it is late night. Here it is still the day currently in on the West Coast, but I wanted to say hey. Wanted to say how's it going with you guys? Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing great. So cool. So yeah, right now, we are gearing up for a cool show this week. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Got a lot to cover, a lot going on in the Love Ghost universe. Hey, how's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining the show. So, two more albums are coming this week, two more Love Ghost albums. One album is Cintas Perdidas, which is the album that I made in Mexico. That comes out in a few weeks now, in September. Also, we're going to be having a special guest on the show. I'm going to be bringing on Tony Jones. We made a song together that we are releasing this upcoming Friday. Hope you guys are enjoying the release of Dark City. At first, I was a little bit nervous to release the video because it's so dark, no pun intended. But I think that you guys are understanding the vision, understanding the song, so that is dope. That's super cool. And yeah, but so this song, or this album rather, Cintas Perdidas, was really the first. I remember like the whole creative process of that was a little bit different than the other music that I had created, because I really just kind of originally had engineered all those songs just in my bedroom. At the time, I was living in North Hollywood, and yeah, I was creating that album just there in North Hollywood in my bedroom, engineering my vocals on the songs. Now, usually I would have like Daniel, the guitar player of my band, help me with some of the tech issues with or the tech stuff, engineering things, and but yeah, this one I'd really started to do it more myself. And then, but those songs ended up being recreated in Mexico. A lot of that album was produced by Chantra. Excited to have it finally come out. A lot of these songs I'd been sitting on, so they're kind of like, it's older music, I'd say. It's like, music that I recorded in 2023, 2022. I definitely have a different perspective now, and I would say even a different sound as well. But it's still worth releasing. It's still worth coming out. And yeah. But a more current album, I guess, or a more album that reflects my current perspective, is this acoustic album that's coming out. Sorry, that's coming out in November. Now, that album is all engineered by me. Just right here, as where you're watching, is also where I record my music. It was all created right here. And that kind of DIY spirit is reflected, I think, in a lot of those songs. Right now, we're in the process of getting it mixed, so a lot of, back and forth, working on the songs right now. But it sounded really cool, and I'm really proud of it. I hope that you guys connect to it as well. But how are you guys doing? How's the chat doing? It seems pretty quiet today, as opposed to other weeks that I've done this live stream. But oh well, what can you do? And yeah, but working with Chantra was cool, was great. There's a lot of features on the album, working with Young Dupe, Sophia Thompson, working with Danny Torres. These are all different artists in Mexico that I was working with. I feel like I've told my Mexico story many times, but I feel like I'll tell it again. So when Love Ghost went semi-viral on YouTube and during the pandemic, particularly in Mexico. And there was all these comments on the song "I'll Be Fine," come to Mexico. We want to see you in Mexico. So I had reached out to a bunch of different Latin artists, and one of them was this rapper named Adon Cruz, and he said, "Hey, why don't you just come stay with me for a little bit?" So I packed my car full of stuff, went down to Tijuana, and I just started living there in Mexico. There was a period of time where I was living in an abandoned elementary school, and it was interesting. It was very, but you need to have those experiences, right? That kind of wayward artist, flop house stuff, because it just like teaches you a lot about perspective. I mean, I remember sometimes like going to use the shower and the water wouldn't even turn on or whatever, but hey, that's what you get. That's what's going on. So yeah, it's school holidays here in the UK. Some people may be on holiday vacation. Cool. What holidays in August in the UK? That sounds interesting. But yeah, particularly this acoustic album is going to be very, very personal to me and my journey, which is a reason why I'm excited to release it. Just because I feel like, I don't know, it's going to give people like a greater glimpse into who I am as a creative, as a writer. So yeah, cool, 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 cool. Um, I was away last week at Boomtown. I'm still recovering from that. I'm on holiday in Brighton right now. I was able to pop in the live for a bit. Thanks, Denise. Oh, cool. How was Boomtown? A few weeks ago, I went to Warp Tour. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty great. I mean, honestly, it's been so hot here in LA lately. I don't know what's going on. This is like one of the hottest summers that we've had in a while. Just like it just gives me a headache. It just makes me pissed off to just wake up. Like I'm not, even though I'm from here, I'm not meant for hot weather. Absolutely. Um, yeah. The schools are closed for 6 weeks, and it's the only time parents are allowed to take their children on vacation. Hmm. So kind of like summer break, I'm guessing, like kind of same as you know what we have over here. The rain is coming. I hope so. I want the rain to come. Boomtown was great. Ren was amazing. So were the Skinner brothers. It was very dusty though, so my lungs are suffering. That's what happens. Sometimes it gets like that. Sometimes, especially like festivals in general, everyone's just kicking up dirt everywhere. Super hot in Italy too. Been hot in the Midwest too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's global warming or something like that. But who knows? Tell us about your acoustic work. What topics, experiences did you write about? Um, yeah, it's kind of like a whole range of different different experiences, but it's really like this particular like this acoustic album. I'd say was made over the course of just um, really like I started working on it in June, and then it was finished in now. So it was just basically like 2 months of time, which I feel like is different than other albums. Or other albums, people would work on it. People work on their albums for years, and it is a collection of different experiences and perspectives. But yeah, this one is really just a snapshot of a period of time in these past 2 months and what I have been feeling, what I've been going through, as what are you playing on it? I mean, it's all just it's acoustic guitar, electric guitar. I'm singing obviously, and then I put some synth keyboard stuff on some of the tracks. So yeah, it's might be like a slightly more raw sound, but it's sounding cool. 6 string, 12 string. I always play 6 string. The album was started just after the Anarchy and Ashes tour. Then yeah, it was pretty much like we got back from the tour in May, and then I started having the idea to come up with this acoustic album. So one after the next, you know what I'm saying? One after the next. But before that, which is this Friday, we are releasing Shadows. In a little bit, I'm gonna bring on Tony Jones. So that's going to be sick. That's going to be cool. And yeah, it's going to be super dope. And so we made Shadows together. Now I've known Tony for a very long time. He's my really good friend. He's super talented. And then also the song features Kadel. She's from Australia. She's also my friend as well. She's actually a basketball player in Australia, like a gothic basketball player. Like she wears makeup and stuff like that. And originally I just had discovered her on Instagram, and I just thought that like she looked super cool. She had a super dope aesthetic when she was playing on playing on the court. So I just like followed her. She followed me back, and she was like, "Hey, I come out to LA a lot. I make music," and I was like, "Hey, let's make a song together." So we made it last year, and now it is finally seeing the light of day. So that is super cool. That's super great, and excited to release it finally. If you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'd say as far as like themes go on this acoustic album, it's pretty much similar to what the other themes are on all the other Love Ghost songs. So, pretty self-explanatory. Mental health, relationships, things of that nature. Yeah. And after this, I'm actually finishing up filming one of the music videos for for that acoustic album. I'm trying to create like a little short film to go with it too. So yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. Oh my God, I feel like I've been doing so much that I can't even remember what happened this past week. I'm just like, you know what? I am that guy in Memento. Okay. Have you ever seen that movie Memento, where he just wakes up and he has amnesia and he has to remind himself where he is, and like slowly just these context clues will reveal himself. Like, is this the side effect of aging? Is this just what happens when you get older? You just can't remember anything, because that's what I feel like I'm going through right now. No, just jokes, just jokes. Yeah, but you know what I swear by as a singer, and I think you should swear by too? Fisherman's Friend. Nothing like a good menthol cough suppressant to start out the day. See, this is why I shouldn't be, sharing unreleased music with people, because now they just want you to talk about all the details like that. But sure, yeah, I mean, like some of these songs in particular, like, I guess I was affected more or less by the Eaton fire, and that was a trip. And one of the songs was inspired by, but you forget things, especially timelines. Yeah, I think timelines for me are just, yeah. But yeah, I was affected by the Eaton fire. I was there when it happened. I did grow up in Altadena, and so last year when it caught fire, I I mean, it was a weird day for me because I remember it also just so happened to be a day where I was super sick. Like I had like a flu that day. So I'm just like throwing up in my room, and then I look outside the window and everything's on fire. It's got to be a top 10 unique experiences, if I do say so myself. And I just remember packing everything into my car, looking on both sides of the street, left and right. Everything's on fire. I remember there was like crazy winds that day too. So just balls of fire were just flying over my car like that. And I don't know. And obviously, like, I respect that it's a tragedy and that people were affected by it. But to me, honestly, there was something about it that just felt so biblical and so epic that, I almost kind of enjoyed it. Or maybe not enjoyed it. That's the wrong word to say. I was fascinated by it. That's what you could say. I was fascinated by it. Sounds like you were so busy. Do you ever just chill? And if so, what do you like to do when you need a break from writing music? I mean, no, I guess I don't really chill that much. I guess I don't really chill. But, sometimes I'll watch movies when I have the time or read books. Yeah. Denise, how's it going? Charlotte, how are you? Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that song that particularly talks about the Eaton fire or whatever, that's called Turpentine This House. That'll be the second single on the album. The first single is called Into the Woods. So yeah, but particularly about Centas Perdidas. So this was kind of like a batch of songs that I'd been sitting on for a while, and honestly, I wasn't going to release them. That's why the English translation for the title of the album is The Lost Tapes, The Lost Files. And that's kind of like, I feel like what it feels like. It feels a little bit like, finding like an old like hard drive on your computer or something like that. But I think it was time to finally let these songs have their light of day, right? That fascinated could almost have passed for an English accent, Finn. Yeah, I mean, I've spent a decent amount of time in the UK. You ever watch those like actors that are like English or American, and but like maybe they've lived in the UK or maybe they've lived in America or vice versa, and they just start getting super confused when they do interviews. Like they just, it's like the way that they pronounce words is just confusing. I feel like that's me, and especially now as I'm learning Spanish and stuff like that, I just feel like I'm sure that my dialect is just all over the place. Like I don't really speak Spanish, but I also don't really speak English. I speak Finglish. Okay, I speak Finglish. I speak my own version of English and Spanish put together that only I fully understand. Hey Anna, how's it going? Better late than never. Hey, last week I was late to my own show. Sometimes in LA there's just horrible traffic, but that's not an excuse, okay? We don't like to be late to things. We don't like to be keeping people waiting, which is why I made sure that I was on time this week, and I will be on time more. They say when you get old, you get short-term memory loss. So does that mean I'm gonna remember what I did long ago? Because I'm sure the hell love to know what I did in my 20s. I mean, I don't. Yeah, and I'm sure that certain substances that I did as a teenager maybe affected my memory more or less, but probably shouldn't talk about that on live. Probably shouldn't talk about that on a YouTube live stream. It is what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah. Halloween's coming up in a little bit. That was always my favorite holiday growing up. Excited for that. Excited for the spooky vibes. Excited for the pumpkin lattes. You know, that you can always count on yourself to enjoy a good old pumpkin latte. But guys, I think it's time that we react to some videos. Let's go over to YouTube really quick and let's react to some music videos or whatever is going on. I think that would be cool. I think that would be a fun time. Cool. I'm glad that the audio is working again. I think that we're finally there. So cool. Let's see what we should. Wait, what is this? Big Money Wrestlers comedy western featuring Insane Clown Posse and Ron Jeremy. I feel like now I want to react to this because it seems so random. Okay, we're watching part of.
Wait, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, I guess QR codes are that simple. Promote your next.
Faygo whiskey. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. We got the Faygo whiskey on the opening shot. That is like so Juggalo coded. That is so Ohio coded. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, have you guys seen that video called "Where's My Mountain Dew"? This was like an old YouTube video. I used to love videos like that, like Greatest Freak Out Ever and stuff like that. But Where's My Mountain Dew was like this kind of like super big guy that one of his roommates drank his Mountain Dew and he was freaking out and looking for it all over the place. But let's go back to the film, back to this work of art, Big Money Wrestlers. I actually do love like Western stuff. Like there was a period of time where I was like my roommate, he had like a PlayStation 5 or something like that. And I got Red Dead Redemption 2 on there and I just played the hell out of that bad boy. And I got really into it too. Like I would wear a cowboy hat like this and sunglasses. I mean, there's something about like the fantasy in that. I mean, honestly, video games are dangerous. Like I could really see myself becoming a video game addict in a different life. A few things were turned out slightly different for me, but yeah, it's like they're a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to lose yourself in the moment in the creativity of it all. I'm gonna give this a like. This definitely deserves a like. But where does Ron Jeremy come?
Ooh, that's pretty. That's real pretty. 4 naked ladies and a one-eyed jack. You got my money, motherfuckers.
You got his money. You heard the man. Actually, I think the gathering of the Juggalos was just over the weekend. I do want to go there eventually one day. It looks like a fun time.
Due respect, big baby. What the hell was that? We're playing 5-card draw. You got 9 cards. That's some outright plain old cheat.
Damn.
Holy shit, he just killed!
Nice.
Anybody else got any issues that need discussing? I didn't fucking think so. Now let us continue this fine game of chance.
Oh, hell no, big baby. Don't you know that, man, we had to rob the Mudbug 410 just to get all this money together?
Hell yeah. We lost 3 men on that job. We damn sure as hell ain't just gonna roll over and let you cheat it all away from us. Are you fucking crazy?
That's some mighty big talk from Dead Man.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, it looks like a good movie. It's something that I would definitely watch.
Poor buggers. They never saw it coming. Me, I'm gonna go by each one of their homes, pay my respects to their wives. Fucking jabrones.
Well, that looks like a fun movie. I'll watch the rest of it later. Don't want to just watch it all with you guys for now. But yeah, Chris Webby performed this year. That's cool. That's super cool. I'm not super familiar, but I'll definitely dive into more of Chris Webby's material. But yeah, guys, 2 new albums coming out this year. Hoping the best for them. We'll see what happens. And yeah, it'll be cool. So in a little bit now, I'm going to bring on Tony Jones. He should be joining in a few minutes. Once that works out, I will, yeah, I'll have him on. But how's the chat doing? How are you guys? Winnie, how are you? Anna, how are you? Dave, how's it going? Charlotte, Donna. I think I broke my toe this week. I mean, it's like black and blue. Okay, this is like an ADHD thing. I guess that like people with ADHD, they're not good at like me included. We're not good with gauging. It's like a visual depth thing, like obstacles. Like, do you ever like like you're running around like a table and you just completely miss the table? Like you're running and then you hit like a corner or something like that you're not supposed to. My God, never. There's a delay. My God, never play poker again. Yeah, I mean, people get shot over poker. So yeah, I don't even know how to play poker. I tried to teach myself how to play it a few times, but it just never really stuck. So, yeah. Hey, how's it going? Ouch, when I bruised my toe, I couldn't look at it for days, and when I did, I fainted. Yeah, right. It just like sucks to try to walk around with a messed up toe. All right, guys, I'm going to be bringing in Tony Jones. Everyone give him a warm welcome. Hey, Tony, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
What's up, brother? How's it going, man? How you doing?
Doing great. We can hear you. It's so happy to see you. So where are you calling in from?
I'm at my studio in Van Nuys, man. But let me see if I can get this. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you great.
It looks funny on my end. Hold on 1 second.
All right, cool.
There we go. Yes, sir. Fam, what's up, brother? Love goes. My brother, what's going on?
What's going on? Just getting ready for these upcoming albums, getting ready for some upcoming shows too. We finally have an LA show in at Bar Sinister, October 10th. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good time. But how about yourself? What's going on in the Tony Jones universe?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna be there. October 10th.
Yeah, yeah, coming up.
Hey, the crazy thing, man, I don't know how many people are here I haven't lived, but like before me and Finn worked together, I was a fan first of the band and Love Ghost, you know what I'm saying? So I would
Hell
always
yeah,
pull up.
OG supporter right here. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I would always pull up, and then over time I started developing like my favorite songs. So I'm in the crowd like screaming, Fade Away and Pulp and Closure and Left on Red. Those are my four faves, you know what I'm saying? So but as far as me, man, we got the single coming out this Friday. Uh, me and you are always writing. So there's always
Yeah.
something like in the pipeline. There's always a single EP album on the way, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, do you ever get overwhelmed with how much music you want to put out?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, like definitely like I'd say like a lot of my anxiety resides from just figuring out how I'm gonna release all this music. Like even with our song, I mean, we made it basically a year ago now, and we've just been sitting on it for a minute. But I'm just like I'm so in the future because I have so much like this album that I'm putting out in September, Santas Perdidas. I recorded all those songs in 2023, 2022. So I've just
What?
yeah, I've just been sitting on them. They've just been like in a hard drive and it's just like I'm just like basically playing like catch up with myself all the
Yeah,
time.
I've learned to like to have a little patience. I mean, I'll put out stuff, man. I'll record stuff in one night and like put it out the following week. Or sometimes I'll hold on to some songs as well. Like this upcoming EP, I've had these records for like 2 years, and then the album that our song is going on, I've had the songs for like a year and a half, So patience, man. I'm learning patience for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Let's talk a little bit about like when we recorded that song, like what that experience was like for you. It was super dope having Kate on the song too. Like
Yeah.
I talked a little bit about like how I met Kate. Like I literally just like I saw a picture of her playing basketball in Australia, but she had like the goth makeup on, the aesthetic, and I was like, this is so unique. This is like growing up. Actually, my favorite basketball player was Chris Anderson, and it sort of reminded me a little bit some of the same style, but definitely like she's very unique and in her own way. And I was like, wow, I want to be friends with this person. She was like, hey, I'm coming out to LA next week. Maybe we could make a song together, something like that. And everything pretty much came together effortlessly. But that was a fun day having you guys over here at the studio making the song. How'd you feel about it?
Well, first of all, y'all, 828 Shadows Friday coming out. It's a banger. It's a smash. It's an anthem. I'm just super excited for that record. It was really organic because remember, me and you were supposed to do a different track.
Yep.
So yeah, I sent Finn a track. He liked it, and we had one in mind. And then I want to say the day before, you were like, "Yo, Kaylay's pulling up," and I'm like, "Who's that?" And then I looked her up too, and I'm like, "Oh, she's dope, like unique." And then, like you said, had the goth makeup on, playing ball, and now play ball back in the day. And then so we pull up, man, super organic, man, because I brought three tracks, y'all. And it was Midnight Shadows, and now it'll be number one on this album probably coming out next year. And I was stuck on Midnight. Remember, I was like,
Yeah.
Midnight. You and Kate Lay were like, nah, this Shadows joint, man, we got to do this. And I'm so thankful, like, y'all outnumber me because, as y'all are here this Friday, it's phenomenal. So I think I came with just the hook or half of the hook, and then we started writing on the spot. So I guess Kate Lay was like blazing through it, like just writing. Boom, 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 boom. But this is
Yeah.
writing down on the phone, not like this anymore. She's writing, and then she was like, "I'm ready. I want to get in the booth." So then Kayla goes in first, goes crazy, lays the first verse. I think you put you came in right after with a pre-hook, and then I laid the hook down, and then I think by that time you were done, and then you jumped in, laid your crazy verse down, and then I didn't know Danny was like this masterful freaking engineer because as we're jumping in, he's like moving stuff and doing this and putting this here. and he pieced it together very well. Also, y'all really produced that track, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We took out everything. We recreated the entire. We put in all these guitars and drums and bass and like all this kind of new instrumentation of it. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why I guess it was like taking a bit longer. But yeah, I think that like it was like it really kind of we tried to go for that sort of emo hard rock kind of feel, and we redid all the guitars multiple times, and we kind of did all this crazy stuff to it. But I think it was worth it, definitely, for sure. At the end of the day, like we added that breakdown too, and it sounds pretty clean. It sounds pretty crisp.
It sounds really clean, man. What y'all did with that track, I thought it was big already. I thought it was anthemic already, and then what y'all did with it and took it and added all this. It's just the breakdowns. I played it for my boy Stoff Malone, and he was just sitting there like, dang. But I got so used to the rough. I've been listening to the rough draft for a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So initially, it just was different. I was like, oh, it was so much production y'all added in a good way that I was like, oh, it's not a different track, but it was just like so much better. But I had listened to that rough for a year. So I was just used to the rough draft, you know what I'm saying? But I'm super excited, man. Appreciate the collaboration, and hopefully the fans and everyone, hopefully this track just takes off and catches wind and does some things for sure, man.
Definitely, definitely. In the chat, they asked how tall is Kate and Tony. That is one interesting thing too. We should try to pitch that a little bit. This is the half basketball player track right here. So
Yeah.
Kate is Kate 6'5" or 6'4"? I can't remember. She's one or the other. She's very tall. I think she's 6'4". And
She's tall as heck, man.
yeah.
She's tall because do we tell them, do we reveal it, or we wait, or what do we do?
Yeah. Tony is 6'8", so Tony's 6'8", and Kate. I mean, Kate's damn near your height, maybe a little bit shorter, but yeah,
Crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
She's like 6'4", 6'5". Like we was like almost eye to eye. And also, that's my real height, but when I go in for castings, I'm 6'6". Because I'm too tall, brother. Like I'm too tall. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's cool, man. It's cool. But yeah, I just remember having to set up the microphone pretty up there for you guys. But yeah, man, it's a cool fun fact about the song. Got 2 basketball players on a track. Can't go wrong with that. So that's super cool.
I think she's coming out here too, right? Like again in September.
Okay, cool. We should make some content for the song. Link up. All 3 of us make some reels and TikToks and stuff like that. That'd be super cool. I asked Kate if she wanted to be on here today, but in Australia right now it's 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, no.
Right? Yeah.
I struggle with the 11:30, so I know 4 a.m. is crazy.
11 a.m. is a big ask. But 4 a.m. is a really big ask.
Oh yeah, you got to just either stay up. I would have stayed up, 'cause I'm a light out.
Right?
Stay up.
Yeah.
Or, there's no way you can get up though unless you're a morning person, which I'm not. So.
I mean, that's so weird. I was thinking about that. Like Australia is just like in a completely different like zone. Like I wonder if like Christmas for them is like thought of as like December 26th. Like everything is just like a day different, right? Like it's just like so super bizarre.
You got a tour coming up, right?
Yeah. So we got 5 shows in Mexico, Veracruz, Pachuca, Mexico City, a few others as well. You can check on the Instagram. I'm also doing a lot of those shows with Hota and Smoke. They used to be in Whiplash. Now the band is actually broken up, but they are doing solo material, solo projects. So if you're a fan of that song Left on Red, if you're a fan of Whiplash, definitely come support those shows for sure. It's going to be super dope. Going to be super great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to put the link down there for them to pre-save the track?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Let me just pull it up. I can actually pin it, I think, or
For sure.
let me see.
Do we want to give them a snippet, Finn?
We can. I'm still kind of working out like a good way to sort of share the audio. So maybe I'll wait till we start previewing stuff on social media and things of that nature. But let me pull up the pre-save link right here. Cool.
Even the cover photo was just like we finished tracking, and you were like, "Hey, let's take a picture."
Right? Because I was like, especially with Kate living in Australia, and then I travel a lot too. We're all pretty busy, so it's kind of like I thought that it would be a good move to just, as we're all in the same room together, just to get something. Something. It ended up working great, honestly. I think the cover art looks super clean, super crisp.
Yeah, it's like 90s, like nostalgic. Like it was dope. It was super dope.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was on the way to get on this stream, and I like wearing like cutoff shirts.
Yeah.
And I threw on a cutoff, and I'm like going to my car, and I'm like, man, it's the same cutoff I had on the cover, man. The Sublime shirt. I'm like, nah, can't do that. Like, that's the only shirt he has, man. He's crazy.
All right, I just put it in the chat, guys. If you want to check it out, right there. That's the pre-save link right there. If you guys see it right there in the chat. 4 a.m. is too early or late. I would agree. Australia celebrates Christmas in the summer. I knew that. I knew that they're like. I've seen like pictures of like Santa Claus and he's like surfing and stuff like that in Australia. Like the whole mythology is like totally different. Pretty wild, pretty cool.
And she can hoop too, which is like, some people, she can actually play. Like I've seen her on stream live, just kind of shooting hoops, and she's making multiple shots on the road, gets a rebound, goes back. Man, I'm like, oh, she got good form. I'm like, she's a real hooper, man. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. She's dope.
Yeah, she has great form. Yeah, she's a great hooper. Super sick. Dropping on Spotify. Yeah, it'll be dropping on Spotify. It'll be dropping on all the platforms. So if Spotify is your preferred method of music consumption, listen to it on Spotify and vice versa.
Who knows, guys? You might even get another track from us three if she's in town and we got time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There you go. 100%. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. Need it on Bandcamp. Yeah, we'll put it on there too once it's released. Bandcamp's cool. Shout out to the Bandcamp community. Really appreciating you guys getting the Love Ghost tunes that are on Bandcamp. That's super cool, you guys. Really appreciate it. Heck yeah.
And I saw your projects already, like you work so like efficient and plan it out so well. Like your projects like already in Spotify, like weeks ahead of time and already available for pre-save. I'm like, man, what a professional, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it definitely like it helps, especially like on the back end too, where if you want to be like considered for official playlists and stuff, they say like to submit it. They recommend 6 weeks in advance. I usually do 3 weeks in advance, but yeah, just so it can get bounced around in their system, and then they're more likely if they choose to put it on an official playlist, then they will. But yeah, so now that little tip. For sure.
Yeah, it's crazy because they'll say like I heard a week, but I mean you're saying 6 weeks, and then remember had I known I was doing it, we would have had at least I think it was 4 weeks out, 3 weeks out, but I did get it to 2 weeks. So hopefully we get some placements and get on some playlists.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. I'll hit up a couple of my people over there too. It'll be good. It'll be great.
Nice. Nice.
Have you watched that new movie, The Odyssey, yet?
No, I haven't seen The Odyssey. There's so many movies I have like on my list I need to go see. Scary Movie 6,
Mhm.
The Odyssey. I did see Michael though. And that's when I did make time
Oh
to
yeah, I did. I watched Michael. So what do you think about Michael? That's an interesting one. How do you feel about the movie?
I thought what his nephew?
Yeah.
I thought his nephew did phenomenal. It's
Right.
just
Yeah.
also hard to. It's Michael Jackson, so it's like it's hard to be Mike. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought when he put his glasses on, I thought it was Mike. Like when he put the shades
Right.
on, there was times where I'm like, oh, that's Michael. But it's just very difficult to. Mike was charming. He could dance, handsome dude. He could sing the best. It was just it's hard to be Mike, but he did a very, 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 very good job in that.
I'd agree 100%. I mean, Michael Jackson really was just a phenomenon, like an entertainer that I don't think the world will ever see again. I mean, the whole Jackson family was all really good, and they all ended up being successful musicians and
Yeah.
entertainers. But like Michael Jackson just kind of had this X factor about him that I think that it's not even really necessarily something that you can explain or that you can. Um, Quantify really, but it's just something that was within him naturally that was so cool. Riff Hero says it was okay. Okay,
Ooh, wow.
we'll see. We'll see about that. But
That's crazy. My favorite band, y'all.
the Killers. Actually,
Um,
I saw them live at Staples Center back before it was Crypto Center, or what is it now? Crypto Arena, Crypto Center.
Crypto Arena. Yeah, Crypto Arena.
Horrible name, horrible. It's still Staples Center in my book.
For sure.
It always reminds me of that one movie. Have you ever seen that movie Drive, where they do the bank heist, and then Ryan Gosling puts on a purple jacket, but he like times it so that he gets out of the car with the money at the same time as a Lakers game gets out, and they're like, "Hey, like we're looking for a guy in a purple jacket," and they're like, "Everyone's a guy in a purple jacket." But that's a really cool opening to a film. That always like makes me think of Staples Center, Lakers games. But yeah, Riff Hero says, "I will die on this hill."
Wow.
With Michael being a just okay, mediocre movie. That's
mediocre. Wow.
yeah, I know. Throwing haymakers left and right.
So he wasn't impressed with what his nephew did, I guess.
We actually we watched it together, me and Rick Hero, and he was asleep for a section of the film.
Brother, you got to watch it.
Right, you got to watch it to know if it truly is just okay or not. I mean, actually, to be fair, we did see it really late. I think like we saw like a midnight showing of it or whatever. But we were in London, so like we weren't acclimated to the time zone yet. But still, wait, it was not mediocre. Ha 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 ha. Okay, at least it's better than mediocre. He's saying.
How do I scroll
It was
down?
meh. He says it was meh. MEH. Whoa. I was not expecting to witness a nuclear strike today from the Riff Hero, but I guess that sometimes that's what happens. I usually fall asleep during Christopher Nolan films. Everyone is getting it today.
This is crazy.
I mean, this is sometimes like how I feel, if the king of pop is catching strays, if Christopher Nolan is catching strays, what the hell is going to happen to guys like me? So, this is just when I learned to back up from the fight, to back up from the, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Christopher Nolan films are like, they're very, they are kind of always long. Like I feel like every Christopher Nolan movie that I watch is always like 3 hours plus. Definitely, he has a lot to say. You could say,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's a hot take for sure.
Yeah, he's going hard over there.
Y'all, I interviewed my brother Finn, man. So the Tony Jones Show, go check it out. We had a great conversation. We talked about music. We talked about some heavier stuff, some more serious stuff. So it was. I'm about to start asking you questions again, like Mike and Prince and Bad, and I already did that. So y'all go check it
No,
out.
we should. Yeah, I mean, we should do it. It'd be a fun way to end this live stream. Probably going to end in about 10 or 15 minutes. But yeah, it was great to be on your show. I love to. I'd love to be on it. I'm love to have you on this show as well. And honestly, it was a great. It was a great experience. I love like the kind of the rapid fire questions, the more serious stuff too, the mental health. You know, obviously that's a big thing for me. I talk about it a lot in my music and whatnot. But yeah, man, let's end the game with some rapid fire questions. Let's do this or that.
Closure or Pulp? No, wait. Yes. No, Fade Away or Fade Away, Pulp or Closure? Yeah, okay.
You know, it's kind of interesting because especially now these songs are, I'm looking at them from such a, you know, I'm looking at a version of myself in the past now because now this is like Closure. I think I wrote that like in 2019 or something like that. And then, you know, that like the 2019 version of Finn versus nowadays version is a completely different person. I'd say same with the version of me that wrote Fade Away and the version of me that wrote Pulp. I think that now when I listen back to it, I'm still super proud of what I did in Fade Away, particularly. I might personally, it's hard for me to choose. I feel like I'm like, you know, it's like 3 of my kids up there and I'm saying like, I'm sorry, but Billy is by far the best quarterback. He's way more athletic than y'all. You guys got to get in line, do more push-ups. But yeah, I think I might have to go with Fade Away. I think I might slightly, I think still to this day, that's a song that's always a staple in our live shows. It is, yeah. So, Anna, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Tony is an amazing addition. Charlotte, thank you for the super chat as well. Loving the banter tonight. Yeah, and that's one thing that's great about Tony is always a great conversation with Tony.
Appreciate that. So my favorite song is from Love Ghost is it was Closure for a while. That was how I was like became a really big fan of y'all. But then, and I just watched the video the other night with a friend. It's crazy. Pulp's my favorite Love Ghost song. Pulp is so I could take it back to the place where I'm so sorry, but yeah, Pulp is my song, man. And what y'all did on that song, even what I think that was your drummer at the time. What's his name?
Yeah, Danny G, and he laid down that verse in that song too. And I mean, I remember that thing about like writing that song because really it's about which is something that I don't usually like talk about as much on you know, live streams like that. But really, it's about 2 things. It's a metaphor for addiction, but it's also a metaphor for, I'd say, like a relationship with God, with a higher power as well, and a journey with that. And really, I remember recording that song particularly. We recorded it in December in this room here. And the AC went out a few days before, and I just remember it was freezing. It was so cold when we recorded that song, and I think that so it was like literally like those screams and that chorus and stuff like that. I was actually trying to warm myself up in a way. So they're super passionate. I was really like passionate about getting into it, and I think it's kind of funny how like a lot of like accidents like that end up making songs that are really, really unique and really special. Like even, you know, like when I had to teach myself how to talk in Spanish and I started incorporating that into my music, like that wasn't something that I kind of planned out how to do. And it was just something that just came from a necessity. And I think that that's like, you know, everyone's so, I feel like they feel like there, you know, there is a right way to do things. There's a wrong way to do things. But I just feel like so many cool ideas and so much cool music just comes from a place of accidents, for lack of a better term. Oh, well, you know, the mic wasn't working today, so we had to, you know, like flip it upside down and go like this. Then you got like, and you have a totally different sound than what you had envisioned. And that's, you know, being innovative like that, I think is a very useful skill. It's super cool.
Yeah, that was my I told Finn on the show, those were my Mount Rushmore Love Ghost songs. The 4th one, with Left on Red, Pulp, Closure and Fade Away. Like it in the shows, I'm just like fanboying out to those records, man. So and then you have many, many more, obviously. And then I think I also asked you like Purple Rain or Thriller.
So this is definitely. I'm just speaking for myself here. I am actually a much bigger Prince fan. Prince was actually the first ever concert that I went to ever in my life. I saw Prince live in Denmark when I was 9 years old. And Prince is an artist where he's actually a really big inspiration for this acoustic album that I'm working on. So I put all these lead electric guitars, kind of leads throughout the album, and it's heavily inspired by Prince's guitar work. I just feel like I really like geek out on Prince's producing ability and his songwriting ability. And like one thing that I thought was interesting about Prince is I actually was talking to someone who worked with him for a few years, and now it's the second person that has told me this story about Prince. So I assume that it's true if two different people are telling me the same thing. But Prince had a thing, I guess, where before he would work with someone, or like, for instance, this other person who I know was working at a venue in Chicago where he came to play, his team would kind of talk to everyone before Prince came in the room, and they would say like, hey, don't make eye contact with Prince. And it wasn't necessarily a thing of like, you know, he thought that he was better than everyone, so he's like just kind of looking above. It was actually almost like a sensitivity thing. They kind of said, hey, you know, like Prince is an amazing artist, but he's a very sensitive soul. So he's going to ask you guys just ahead of time if we can't if you just don't stare down into his eyes when he's singing, when he's getting ready backstage. And I thought that was kind of an interesting sort of like anecdote about him. I mean, like one thing that I remember about seeing him live is he didn't start for 2 hours because there was an issue with one of the lights. Like one of the lights was broken, and he just really like he wanted things to be perfect. He was always kind of chasing perfection, and I think that's cool. I think that's something to be admired. I think that like I admire Prince a lot. I think he was a super creative force. I think he was a misunderstood still. Actually, my dad has a Prince story. Did I ever tell you my dad's Prince story? So he was in LA at a nightclub in the 80s or 90s, and he said there was this guy, this kind of like this shorter guy, and he was like dancing amazing at the club, and he kind of went up to his group and started dancing with everybody, and he was like the best dancer in the room. He was so talented, he was so great, this kind of like slight like little guy dancing, going crazy. And then he said he just thought he was a super cool guy, but then at the end of it, he was like, "Oh my God, wait, that's Prince." And everyone was like, "Yeah, that's Prince." He just completely didn't say who he was. But yeah, so that's an interesting piece of lore right there. But yeah, I'm a big Prince fan. How about yourself? If you were to choose between Purple Rain and Thriller?
Actually, it's Purple Rain for me, and Thriller's not even my favorite Mike album. Mm-hmm. I actually just saw that solo he did too, again, with they say it's one of the greatest solos ever, with my guitar, while my guitar gently weeps or something like that, but he killed that solo. So Bad's my favorite Michael Jackson album over Thriller. Obviously respect what Thriller is and what that did, but Purple Rain is probably number 2 like all-time albums for me. I think I got to double check. Purple Rain, just he was rocking out on that album too, and he had like the hits and the R&B and When Doves Cry. My favorite Prince song is "I Would Die for You."
Yeah, that's a great song.
Gosh, that's my to this day, like "Let You Love It," like it's so crazy. So yeah, Purple Rain for sure. Just even on the journey that I'm leaning into more, it just connects way more. And after listening to it, again, after however long ago it came out, and when I heard it, it was even better. and it's definitely like a non-skip album for me. Like Purple Rain is phenomenal. Now the only album I do have in front of that
Is
is
Killers?
yeah, yeah. Yo, my
Cool.
brother Staff Malone with the pink beard. When I tell him that Hot Fuss is the greatest album ever made, he looks at me like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you mad?" I'm like, top to bottom, I can't believe how that's their debut album. I can't believe you're on your debut album, you come out with the Mr. Brightside, like arguably the greatest song ever to me. That's on your debut album, and then you follow that with like Smile Like You Mean It, and then number one's Jenny Was a Friend of Mine. Like the first five on that are just insane. So Hot Fuss, sonically, hit wise, greatest album, my favorite album. I'll stop saying greatest, my favorite album. So it would be Hot Fuss, Purple Rain, Bad, and I think I would throw in either Confessions or All Eyes on Me as far as just like albums that were just like the greatest to me ever, like top to bottom.
That's a great list. It's a great list for sure. Anna says, I remember when Purple Rain, the album and the movie came out. Yeah. Hell yeah. I've seen the movie. I've only seen it once. I should probably watch it a second time. Just to
It's kind of weird. It's kind of
yeah,
like
it is. Like I remember kind of thinking it was like sort of a bizarre, like it kind of in a way it sort of makes him seem like a dickhead or something. Like it kind of like it's sort of like it just like it was kind of a bizarre, just like film. Like how would you describe the movie Purple Rain?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember watching it like, okay, like I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that it's not good, but I was just like, I didn't understand. I think at the time,
Yeah.
maybe I understand now, like as an artist more. But at the time, I think as a kid, I was just like, this is weird.
Yeah, that
But
was like my reaction to it as well. Yeah.
he's like getting bullied by Morris Day, and then he like overcomes it, and then it was weird. But I got to go back and watch it like as an adult. We did have a conversation about rock albums and bands and stuff like that, and I've added finally my fourth album to like my favorite rock albums that influenced me the most. So I'm gonna share that with you here. Hey Dan, my man Dan, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, before we do that, Finn, answer your pop's question, brother.
Yeah,
So what is your
what is your favorite album? I mean, honestly, I have a few. The Golden Age of Grotesque is up there. Purple Rain is up there.
writing
Yeah.
these down?
In Utro, honestly, Come Over When You're Sober, Part 1 for me. Question Mark, that XXX Tentacion album. Yeah, so I'd say like a lot of like 90s rock and also like kind of like that cloud trap world too. But yeah, I mean, I'd say like a mixture of those. I mean, Jar of Flies is up there for me too. Dirt is up there for me as well.
You
Melancholy.
know somebody I never get into with all due respect, no disrespect.
Who?
X. It never
really?
resonated.
Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely a controversial artist, but it was definitely like a moment in time for sure. And like that's one thing that I kind of just like reflect on a lot is like that whole kind of SoundCloud, dyed hair, face tattoo kind of. It was a moment in time. It was something that came and left, and yeah.
Hey Anna, no, I'm in my interview mode. She said, "You taking notes." So I can't remember anything, so I got to write stuff down. And then also, I'm gonna check these albums out later because I respect, Finn's opinion and of music and just the great artist he is. So I want to check these albums out. I think on the show I told you Hot Fuss, well, obviously number one for me. And then I told you A Place in the Sun, and you were like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" That's lit because what that album did for me as a kid. Well, not too young of a kid. I won't tell you how my age, but and then number three, I don't know if I told you then, but it's Move Along. It's just what Move Along did and the hits that are on there with Swing Swing and Move Along and Dance Inside. And It Ends Tonight, which we talked about. And I have my fourth rock album that's most influential or my favorite that I tapped into way more, I would say like months ago. Is it Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge?
Yeah, by 3 Days Grace, right? Or Is it
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance? Yeah, 3 Days Grace is one of my favorite emo rock bands, but also My Chemical Romance as well. I mean, my favorite album by them will always be The Black Parade. But yeah.
Then, when was the last time you heard Three Cheers?
Probably like 2017, 2018, something like that. So it might be time to listen to it again.
How you have Helena, The Ghost of You, and I'm Not Okay on the same album? I can't believe it. Like,
Yeah, banger after banger after banger.
and then the rest of the album is really good as well. But like, I just don't understand sometimes how what mode. Like, I would love to like see a documentary or be in the studio when they're making this. It's like, what type of zone are you in to make these hits that are gonna last forever and have 3 of them on one album? You know what I'm saying? So that's my probably 4th favorite rock album after a lot of deliberation and going back and forth and listening and stuff like that. Like, that album is top to bottom just crazy. And I'm digging into more MCR as well and just trying to go through their whole catalog and go through everything. And then I'm gonna share, which I haven't on my show yet. I have a list of top 20 songs, but I'm only gonna share 5. Are you ready?
Okay, let's go for it. Let's do it.
He was like, I'm not ready. We're gonna wrap this up at noon.
No, it's all good. We can go a little bit longer.
All right. So what do you say the greatest record is, Phil? Like, what do you think is like the greatest record ever made? It's a crazy question, I know.
I'm not even sure. I mean, like I feel like I couldn't even like answer it. I feel like I couldn't even answer it. Also, just so you know, your screen went black. For
I'm trying to look at this list. Hold on, let me grab these songs.
Okay. All good. No worries. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the greatest ever made, I'm not sure. There's definitely like, you know, albums, records, songs that I really love and that I listen to a lot. But I mean, I don't know. It might be like a Beatles song or something like that, like Eleanor Rigby or something like that, just because it's kind of like they were so like classic and, you know, all that. Dark Side of the Moon, that's a good one right there.
Sure. Okay, here's my 5, brother.
All right, cool.
At number 5, let me see if I can get my screen back up. There we go. I have 20, but I'm gonna share 5. So at 5, Kids by MGMT.
Okay, that's a good one.
At 4, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman.
That's a great one. I actually did a little cover of that on TikTok once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's dope. At 3, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
It's a good one.
Which I have a playlist called Smells Like Everybody Wants to Rule the World on Apple Music. It's a playlist I've been putting together for like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Like my first songs I ever purchased, or obviously like Apple Music came out later, so I had to go back and like go through my CDs and go through like my list and stuff like that. But it has like 300 songs on there. It starts with Sum 41. There's like everything's on there. But to me, Everybody Wants to Rule the World is like, I wish I could make a track like that. Like, that is such a timeless, like, feel good thing that lasts forever. And like the mood I'm in when that comes on, or driving and the sun's setting or the sun's out, it just makes me very happy. Which is why I named my next EP Smells Like Everybody Wants to Be Happy, just the influence on Nirvana and that song and Tears for Fears. Number 2 is Thriller. Number 1 is Mr. Brightside.
Banger after banger after banger. Can't argue with that. Those are all great songs. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I think that might conclude the Late Night with Love Ghost episode number 6. Everyone say thank you, Tony, for hopping on the show. Really appreciate you hopping on this week. Next week, there won't be a Love Ghost Late Night with Love Ghost, but stay tuned because more songs are dropping next week. Our song drops, Shadows, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, so thank you guys all so much. Tony, you got any last words for the audience before I end this in a little bit?
No, man. Damn, appreciate it, brother, for real. No, I appreciate you, man. For real, means a lot. It was such a fun experience, such an honor. Hopefully, we get to get some more tracks in together. You know, I feel about you and your craft and your artistry, man. So it was really dope to finally, after talking about it for a little bit, get something done. Y'all can hit me up, man. Tony_Jones on Instagram if y'all want to follow me. But 828 Shadows, Love Ghosts, Kate Lake, Tony Jones, man, my brother. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Cool.
Let's do
Well, thank you
Dan, I'll
guys
see you
for coming
soon,
in.
brother. Too.
Yeah. See everybody soon and have a good rest of your evening. Take care.
All right, brother.